Let's do some angle stuff, y'all. Angles act periodically. That's why we're doing them here. We're getting into the nitty gritty pretty quick. So let's get into it. So what do engineers, artists, airplane pilots, carpenters, and golfers all have in common? I'm bad at all that. No, I'm just kidding. They all work with angles, right? Angles are going to be a big part of physics, engineering. Golfers can estimate, other people can't. So let's get into what some terminology is that we need to know for this. So what's neat about angles, not neat, but what's true about angles is they start in the standard position, which means they start on the right side of the x-axis, right? So they start here, and then we're going to, if they're positive, we go counterclockwise from that point. Okay? So that's standard position, and then we're going to go counterclockwise from it. The initial, that's what we call the initial side. So that right there, strong side, weak side. This side right here, we're going to call the initial side. That's where we're going to start. And then we're going to go counterclockwise until we hit the terminal. I'm the Terminator. Much like the Terminator, the terminal side is where the angle ends. Okay? Sound good? And then I'm going to use theta. That's a circle like that. That's going to denote our angle. Now, a coterminal angle are two angles that have the same exact terminal side. And we'll get to what that means in a little bit. But think about it this way. Let's say this angle was 120 degrees. Positive counterclockwise. If I went clockwise, I could have gotten there by going negative 240 degrees. So going negative 240 or positive 120 has the same terminal side, so they're coterminal angles. They end in the same spot. I could have also went around like this and went around 360 and then 120 more and went 480 degrees, and it would have been the same terminal side, so it's coterminal. Okay, don't draw that. That got real messy, like my life. No, I'm just kidding. My life's all right. All right. Now, this thing right here is the unit circle. The unit circle is a circle with a radius of 1. That's what unit means. So it means this point would be 1, 0. This point 0, 1. This point's negative 1, 0, because my radius is 1. And this point down here is 0, negative 1. We're going to spend a lot of time with this beast in a little bit, so let's not worry too much about it right now. Okay? Okay. So let's talk about coterminal angles. So again, coterminal angles are angles that are the exact same physical angle, but we denote them differently. For example, the angle 36 degrees is coterminal to 396 because I just add 360 to it. One full revolution plus 36 degrees, 396. 756 is the same angle. I'm just adding 360 again, right? I could subtract 360, you get negative 324. I can subtract again. There's infinite coterminal angles, right? I just keep adding revolutions to it. Okay? It's periodic. Let's try it. Let's draw an angle of 220 degrees and then write a coterminal angle. So we all know I have to start on my initial side right here. Right? Start on my initial. I'm going to go 180 and then 40 more degrees. I'm going to draw my 220 degree angle with my terminal side, initial side. Now, how else could I have gotten there? Well, I could have went this way, right? But that way's negative. And I could have subtracted 360 from 220 to get negative 140 degrees. And that'd be my coterminal. My doop. Want me to mark it that way. Now there's other options too, right? Like I could have done 580, right? Because I could have just added 360 to 220. In fact, I could have done any 220 plus 360 k, right? Where k is an integer. I could have subtracted or added 360 as many times as I want, and they're coterminal angles. Okay? All right, let's do another one. Let's look at example 2. Find the measure of the angles. Ooh. I want to find this angle right here, but I don't have it. Geometry review. How many degrees is a straight line? It's 180, right? So to find this missing piece, I do 180 minus 45, which is 135 degrees, right? So that would be what this actual name is. That 45 is something else we'll learn about later. Okay, let's do B. Let's do it clockwise. So now, going this way, right? This little piece is 30 degrees. What would this piece over here be? It's 90. And 90 plus 130 is 120. But because I'm going clockwise, it's negative 120. Right? Some other stuff. If one full circle is 306 degrees, how many are in 1/4 of rotation? Well, a quarter is just each of these boxes. There's 90. How many and a half? 180. How many 3/4? 270. Okay. These were reference angles. We're going to learn about that. All right, let's try this. Let's find our reference angles. A reference angle is pretty much I'm making a Q angle with the terminal side. What I'm doing is I'm making a right triangle, and I'm finding this angle right here. Okay? So this whole thing is 210. I need to find this angle right here. So what am I going to do is I'm going to do my 210 minus 180. I need to subtract this piece right here. So that reference angle is 30 degrees. And that's not going to seem important now, but it will be eventually. Okay? So this triangle, this right triangle, is actually a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Let's see another one. Let's do 150. So 150 degrees. I start my initial. I go 150. I draw a thingy. That's 150 degrees. Alright. So I need to go with the x-axis. So I'm going to draw this, my triangle in, and I'm looking for this angle. Right here is going to be my reference angle. Now what does this whole thing equal? The whole x-axis is 180, right? So if I do 180 minus 150, I get 30. So my reference angle is going to be 30 degrees. All right, let's do B. On letter B. 315. I'm going to go, whee! That's 270. That's about 315. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to make a triangle with my x-axis. And I need to find this angle right here. That'd be my reference. Now I got to use, what's a whole circle? Well, it's 360. So if I do 360 minus 315, I get what? 45. So this angle right here is actually 45 degrees. Right? All right, let's keep going. 2 more. All right, letter C. I need to do negative 120. So I'm going to go this way this time. And it's greater than 90, so I'm going to draw my line in. That's 120, negative style, because it's clockwise. So I'm going to go through and use my Barney colors. I'm going to make a right triangle. I need to find this reference. Now I'm using 180, right? Because that's just half of it. So I'm going to do 180 minus 120 is 60. So that angle, that reference angle, is 60 degrees. You guys try D and bring it in. See how it goes. And we'll talk about it. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.